Planning with Crystal. So today's video is a favourites, empties and not so great video. So today I have actually got an extra item to show you that was sent to me. However, it is a product I've bought before, I've spoken about before, and I am extra excited to share it with you. So that is the Oodie, which might seem like a slightly strange thing to show you in the summer months, but I use mine all year round whenever I'm a little bit chilly, and I'm one of these people, I'm chilly all the time. So I will insert a video here of me and my son wearing the Oodies. I actually bought one for my son for Christmas. He's got the Harry Potter children's one. I also already bought myself the grey Oodie. Everyone at work was wearing them. Not at work obviously, but at home, particularly when they were working from home, and just loving them and raving about them, and it just sounded like the perfect thing for me. So I bought mine a year or so ago. I have not regretted it. It's washed well, it's dried well, it's just one of the best things I ever bought. So the guys over at Oodie said they would send me an Oodie of my choice to review for you, so I have picked up a friend's Oodie. So I actually originally got the grey Oodie because I wasn't sort of sure whether I wanted one with characters on or whether I wanted the plain one. So I got that, and then I kind of regretted it, especially when I got my son's, and I thought this is so cool with all the pictures and stuff on, and I'm a huge Friends fan. So they've got lots of like licensed Oodies with like specific pictures from things like Harry Potter. I think they've got Looney Tunes, Friends, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, and plus there's plain ones. So these are basically the original Oodie. So the original, really warm, like wearing a cloud, oversized hoodie. So they say it's like a 6XL, one size fits all, because it's huge, but that's just so it's so super comfy and stuff. The best thing about it for me is when it is cold in the mornings and I jump out of bed and I've got to get up and I've got to get ready and I don't want to leave the sort of warmth of my bed, just popping it on, it's like having a cloud around you. It's like a warm hug. They're just brilliant. So let me show you the video. So yeah, you've got to get one. You can also get a discount at the minute using my discount code Crystal35. It'll get you £35 off the Oodie. Yes, there are sort of less expensive versions, but I did get a less expensive version before I got the more expensive version, and they're not as good. They don't wash as well, they don't wear as well, they're not as warm, they're not as cozy. So I think if you're gonna do it, just get a proper Oodie. So moving on to some more favourites this month. So one of my favourites this month is also kind of an empty. It's almost empty, but don't worry, I've got another one, so I'm not going to be like without this product. So it's by Necessaire, and it is the deodorant gel. I've got it in eucalyptus. They now sell this at Space NK in the UK. Prior to that, I had to get shipped over from the US because I was that desperate to use it, and it's just the most amazing deodorant. So it's a natural deodorant, there's no aluminium or anything in there. This smells really nice if you like eucalyptus. It's a roll-on, which is not my favourite applicator for deodorants, but actually this just works and it's just lovely. And the best bit about it for me is because it's a multi-acid complex, it's actually exfoliating your underarm, so you don't get those like ingrown hairs or anything, and it's just, it feels like nothing on the skin. They also do an unscented version. I have just ordered that as well, so I can give that a try, but I have been using the eucalyptus one. This has lasted me about 3 months. It's in a glass container as well. Necessaire care about the environment too. So yeah, it's just absolutely brilliant, and one of my recommendations for you this month if you're looking for a really nice deodorant. Like I said, last 3 months. It's constantly unblocking your pores, resurfacing the skin under the arms. My underarms have never looked better. Another favourite this month is from Tatcha. I've been using so many Tatcha products just recently since they launched in the UK. This one has been my standout. I have used this morning and night since I got it, and I absolutely love it. So this is the Texture Tonic. It's got niacinamide, fruit AHAs, calming Japanese mugwort extract, and it's a balancing and resurfacing treatment. So it is just a clear liquid. It smells to me like dandelion and burdock sweets, if you know what I mean by that. I know that sounds really random, but that's what it smells like to me. really nice. But I like that smell anyway. So just a few drops of this on a cotton pad all over my face, and when I've got active breakouts it sort of seems to calm them down, and sort of, because it's like resurfacing and stuff, it's like it's sort of healing them a little bit quicker. It also leaves a bit of a glow to the skin, so I use it even if I haven't got breakouts or breakouts coming up. And since I've used it, I do think it's reducing the amount of breakouts I've had. My skin's looking better and glowier, and it's just phenomenal. So I've had it for about a month and I'm up to about here. So I'm going to say I'm going to get about 3 months out of this. One concern for me at the moment is hopefully I'm going abroad in August, and I'm thinking, how am I going to travel with this? Because it's not very travel friendly, so I might have to like decant it into something to take it with me. That is how much I love it. I'm already like fearing, what do I do without it? I got a new concealer this month, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I bought this concealer not because I needed concealer, but because I really like the packaging and wanted to try it. And it is by Benefit, and it's the Boing Cakeless Concealer. So they do 2 of these. They do this one, which is like a multi-purpose all over your face kind of concealer, and then they do one that's in very similar packaging but sort of longer and thinner, that I think is just for sort of colour correcting under the eyes. Anyway, I wanted a multi-purpose concealer. I absolutely love this. Not gonna lie, like I said, I got it because it looks like a chubby pencil. But I've used this sort of every day since I've had it, and I love it. So I've been matched with the colour Carry On, which is 4.25. Absolutely no idea. I actually went into the store and got kind of matched up for this because I wasn't certain which shade I would need. So it's 5ml or 0.17 US fluid ounce. What I like about it, like I said, I can use it all over my face. Sometimes with concealers I feel like I need a different colour under my eyes than I do on my face. This one just feels like it does everything. A little bit goes a long way. It doesn't cake at all. So I've got a really bad habit when I do get breakouts of like picking and messing with my skin, and I know I shouldn't and I can't help it. But it means that when I then come to cover them, it can be really difficult because they can dry and almost kind of scab, and then trying to cover it with concealer. Most concealers just draw attention to it and just make it look all clumpy and cakey and horrible. This doesn't. This is just fab, and I love it under the eyes and stuff as well. So it's a little wand like this. For me, it's like the perfect handbag concealer as well, because it's in really sturdy packaging that sort of feels like it, you know, it's not going to undo itself. I know it sounds stupid, but I've had concealers that do somehow untwist themselves in my bag. This is just really good for that, for its portability and the fact that I can use it all over my face. But in all honesty, I never feel like I need to reapply this because it just seems to stay put and last all day. So yeah, can't say enough good things. Absolutely loving this concealer. Pretty easy to come by as well. Places like Boots and stuff sell it. I actually use my points. I treated myself with my points. So yes, brilliant, loving it. The next favourite I've got here, I never thought was going to be a favourite. It very nearly ended up as one of my kind of meh, not very happy with that products in a previous video, because I've been using it for a few months, but I finally seem to have worked out the best way to use this product for me, and now it's become a favourite, if that makes sense. So it's the Arborian Super BBO Ginseng Anti-Perfection. It's basically a tinted moisturiser, but with a difference. It's also got SPF 20 in it. So the reason why I picked this up, I don't know if you've seen my Arborian CC cream video. I love that stuff. And that's why I got this, because I've just loved that for years. So I'll put a card here if you do want to go and check out that video. But basically, I loved it for years. The CC cream is like a really light coverage, but just recently I've been struggling more and more with like breakouts and oiliness and stuff, so I was looking for a little bit more coverage than that. So when they released this new product in the last couple of months, I thought, well, I'm going to pick it up. If it's anything like the other one, I'm going to love it. And then when I was applying it, I was finding, particularly like around the hairline and anywhere that there was potentially tiny patches of dryness, it clung to it and it looked awful. So I'd put it on, it'd look kind of okay, and then typical, I'm out and about, I look in the mirror and I think, oh my gosh, that looks terrible, or later on in the day it'd sort of settle, and it was awful. So I tried it a few times because I was like, I paid a lot of money for this, I need to get it used. But I'd kind of used it when I wasn't that bothered about what I look like, because I thought, well, it might look terrible. Anyway, I've now discovered that if I sort of spray my face with like a hydrating spray, and what I do is I put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, again, spray it with a little bit of hydrating spray, that additional kind of moisture seems to just make it go into like the perfect finish. So it's fairly high coverage. So if you are somebody who suffers with breakouts, or you've got like a lot of redness or things to cover, it is really good for that. you can see there how much of a kind of coverage it's got. I mean, it kind of stands out on my hand a little bit because it's not quite the right match for my hand, but I'm wearing it on my skin today. I think it leaves a nice kind of radiance to the skin. Hopefully you can kind of see that in the middle of my hand where it catches the light. It's got the SPF in, which I appreciate, although I wear a normal SPF as well. I just love the finish on the skin. It lasts all day, and like I said, when I apply it that way with that additional bit of hydration or water even, it doesn't cake and it sits perfectly, and we are now friends, best friends, and I've been wearing it most days. So it's also got the ginseng in there. Boring are very much about not just makeup, there are other ingredients in there that are helping your skin as well. So it's a really good one. It says half makeup, half skincare, providing more coverage than the original BB cream. Super BB conceals imperfections, redness and dark spots. Thanks to its light and comfortable texture, Super BB leaves a natural velvety finish and a perfectly even complexion. Now I'm using it this way, I would totally agree. It doesn't feel like anything on the skin. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup at all. It says it also combines 2 Korean super ingredients, white ginseng and fermented ginseng flower, in a formula that instantly reveals a smoother and moisturised skin. It says in order to reduce imperfections, pimples, pores, blackheads, etc., the formula has been enriched with niacinamide, a powerful active ingredient for clearer skin. Apply a small amount starting at the centre of your face and blending out. It can be used after or in place of your everyday skincare products according to your skin's needs. 100% minerals, sun filters, non-comedogenic. And I can attest to that. Like I said, I get breakouts. This does not cause breakouts or anything. And such a little bit goes a long way. I would definitely say start small with your amounts. Otherwise, you'll have too much on it. It's easy really to put too much on. So just be careful of that. And I guess with them saying start from the middle, work out, it hopefully avoids what I was getting, that cakiness around the edges. But like I said, now I have the extra moisture with it, that doesn't happen anyway. So yes, new favourite for me. Some Empties, all of which are actually favourites as well. One of them, you're probably sick to death of me mentioning this. I mention it most months because I just love it. So this is the Tan Look Super Glow Hyaluronic Self Tan Serum. It's a gradual facial tanner. It's like a hyaluronic serum, looks exactly like one, behaves exactly like one, but it has got tan in there, so it is gradually tanning. Now you're probably looking at me and thinking, you're super pale. I'm even paler without this. This just adds a little bit of a healthy glow and a slight bit of colour so that I look alive, as opposed to like I've just been dug up, which is my natural colour. So this just really helps with that. So I literally just use 4 drops once a day in the morning on my face, then I use 2 drops on my neck, and that is enough. I don't really want the actual colour, I don't want to look sort of tanned, I just want to look healthy. So I use it year round, not just in summer as well. But yeah, absolutely recommend it, absolutely love it. It's been in my favourites, I don't know how many times, because I just keep loving it. I don't think I'll ever be without it. I even travel with it. It's just, as soon as I stop using it, I start to feel like I'm looking a little bit unwell. So yeah, I just love it. I also love the fact that it's adding the hyaluronic acid to the skin as well, because I do like to use like a hyaluronic acid, so I've got that little boost of moisture. Another favourite is a mini, but I've got it in a full size as well. It's one of my 2 favourite dry shampoos. I have 2 favourite dry shampoos. I know that seems really random, but they literally are the best 2 I've ever used. One of them is the Living Proof dry shampoo, the original one, and this one is the Way Super Dry Shampoo. Both behave very similar, both actually kind of clean the hair instead of just adding dry shampoo, and I can tell the difference when I use these over others. They last me quite a long time because I don't use them all the time. Most of the time I'm just wash my hair a few times a week, and this is just if I'm going out or something a day or 2 after I've washed it or something. So yeah, I think it's worth paying the extra for these, because for me they perform so much better than cheaper dry shampoos I've used, but that's just me. So this is, like I said, the travel version. I love they do a travel version so I can travel with it, and I love the fact that they do a travel version just so you can try it before you commit to like a full size, because they are pretty pricey, but I personally think they're worth it. My final empty is by Drunk Elephant. It is the La La Retro Whipped Cream. So this I have been using when my skin has been really kind of struggling, been really unhappy, been a bit sort of sensitive and reactive. This is just perfect. It's got a nice kind of thick, almost slightly whipped texture to it, but it sinks into the skin really well. It's got some lovely ingredients in there that just seem to sort of calm the skin, moisturise it, and it's one of those moisturisers that no matter how much my skin is struggling and fighting against me, it will accept this, they get on well, and it's just a really nice moisturiser. So yeah, love it. It says the all-purpose rescue cream whipped into an airy blend of 6 rare African oils recovers and locks in intense moisture for hours after application. So it definitely does. I remember when I used to apply moisturisers and a few hours into the day I'd need to reapply, and I definitely don't with something like this. It does last all day and overnight, and it's just brilliant. So yes, it's an empty, but another one, I've got another one off because I can't be without it. So then my most kind of disappointing discovery this month is actually by Hourglass, and it's one of their newer products. And I'm kind of disappointed because, let's be honest, Hourglass is not an inexpensive brand. They're pretty pricey, right? But most of their makeup I love and think it's like the best thing ever. So I was excited to try this because I'd heard lots of things, read lots of reviews, and I thought, yeah, it sounds amazing. So I've picked this up in the shade Entice. It's pretty cool packaging, as is a lot of the Hourglass stuff. So you just twist at the bottom and then the balm kind of comes out. Now, one thing about this product, with a sort of similar to a lot in this type of packaging actually, if you keep twisting, you can't twist it back down. So only twist up the amount of product that you want, otherwise you're just going to waste it. So my problem with this, and I'll show you now, that's why I've not applied it yet so you can see how it applies, is I feel like when I'm applying it, it's got like a slight kind of minty sensation, which is fine, but I feel like when I'm applying it, the colour comes on and then gets wiped off again almost immediately. It just doesn't seem to apply well for me, this, at all. So I don't know if it's the kind of shape of this that's like wiping it off, but I hope that comes across on camera, because whenever I apply this and I look in the mirror, I feel like it's just patchy and not great. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to come up on camera. You might be watching it thinking, oh, it looks great, but actually in real life, it looks patchy. So yeah, it's really disappointing, really expensive, and I wanted to mention it because I don't want you guys buying expensive stuff and then being disappointed when it doesn't work. So yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment for me, especially at that price point, but there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this month's favourites and empties. As usual, I will put links underneath to all the products I've talked about. I'll put that discount code there for the Oodie and any of the discount codes and stuff I have got. So some of the links under the video are affiliate links. That means it doesn't cost you any extra to shop. You'll probably save money shopping with some of those links, but I may get a small commission for referring you, which doesn't cost you any extra, but I really appreciate it because it does help to support the channel and it keeps me making videos, and I appreciate all of your support. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.